Hey guys, welcome back to the Project Return online classroom. This is Miss Madison, and welcome back to another Open Art Sketchbook prompt for today. Now today, continuing with our theme of World Book Day that was yesterday, our prompt is going to be using your favorite quote from a book to inspire a drawing. Now maybe if you don't like to read or anything of that sort of nature, you can take it to be a song lyric, something from the poem that you like, a movie that you like. You can adapt it in any way that you want. Now, my favorite book is the Infernal Device series by Cassandra Clare, and in the first book, there is a funny little scene. I decided to do something a little bit more lighthearted. There's a funny scene between two of the characters, and one of them is reminiscing about how the other tried to convince them to feed a poultry pie to a bunch of mallards in the park, and the other one responds, they ate it too. Bloodthirsty little beasts, never trust a duck. And it always just made me laugh, and now whenever I see a duck, that's all I can think about. So that's why I decided to do my drawing on today. I'm going to be using a medium called gouache. I thought I'd tell you guys that because it is kind of interesting to use, and it's something I'm trying to experiment a little bit more with as well. That's one fun thing about sketchbooks, is just being able to experiment with any sort of medium that you want. So I really wasn't concerning myself too much with the drawing of this. I really just kind of wanted to play around with gouache and see what I could come up with. For how I think of gouache, I think of it as like a medium between acrylic and watercolor in a way. I usually use it in a way that if I'm doing a watercolor drawing and I want maybe part of it to have a little more punch to it, to maybe stick out and be a little bit more opaque, that's when I might use a little bit of gouache. So this is one of my first full paintings all done in this medium. It can get like I said, very opaque, but you can water it down and use it more like a watercolor as well. So it's a really interesting medium, and it's a lot of fun. So when we get back to the center, if anyone is interested in learning more about it, please let me know and we can do something like it in class. Now, how you're mainly going to see me work is from the background up. So I start with what I want to be my water scene. I lay that down out flat first, and then I start with just the general body of the ducks. Then I start by sketching out very loosely the shapes of the heads that I want, and then adding on the beaks. And you'll see I just kind of work in layers, building up little parts based on the colors that I'm stacking on top of each other. And at first I might be a little bit messier, or maybe use a little bit more water just because I'm generally trying to get the area that I'm, drawing out, since I didn't sketch it out in pencil first. And then once I feel like I'm getting more of that shape down, that's when I go in with a little bit less water, get a little bit more of that opaque paint on my brush, and clean up a lot of those lines, clean up a lot of those more streaky areas, and add in the details. All those little details that we are so excited to add, we have to wait until the very end to add them, because sometimes if I worked really hard on one duck and then all of a sudden I start working on the next one and I start to see, it's not working well right next to each other. Well, if I've already done all the details in that first one, I'm going to be a lot less likely to go back and want to fix it. So that's why I work really loose at first, and I really don't go in and clean up a lot of my areas and my lines until the very end and add in those details. And in the series, it does become a running joke about his never-ending distrust of ducks, so I am giving them red, beady little eyes. And like I said, this is more of me just experimenting with the medium, so not necessarily the complete anatomy of all of these ducks are 100% accurate. I was mainly just trying to break them down into those basic shapes that I always talk about when we are talking about drawing, and just generally breaking down objects and things around us when we want to draw them. Alright, that is going to be it for our Friday sketchbook prompt, all finished. I hope you guys enjoy your Friday, and I miss you guys, and we'll see you soon. Bye.